How do you see this playing out?
Well, I never thought they should have brought this trial, or if they did, it should be a federal case. He didn't concede the last election. He's not going to concede this election.
You're really good at diagnosing mental illness.
Okay.
What is Bill's problem?
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
If the election been on October 27th, I'd be your president.
Hey fam, welcome back to One and Done. Well, Bill Maher is on his book tour, stopping all stations. He's on The View, he's on The Gutfeld Show, Megyn Kelly, and it's very interesting to watch Bill Maher nuke some of Biden's policies without attaching them to Biden. Whilst he has some really great base takes on woke agenda, he doesn't mind giving Trump a slap around when he gets a chance. Now, if you want to help a brother out, help me get to that 1,000 sub club, don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and without delay, let's jump in to the video.
I'm nervous about saying anything against Biden because I feel, not that I have so much power, and you have some more than I do, obviously, but...
Oh, I don't know about that.
Are you afraid that you might, influence people who are on the fence?
I think you lose all credibility. I do. I mean, my bond with my audience has always been I don't pull a punch.
Yeah.
My bond with my audience is you're not going to like everything I say,
yeah,
but I'm saying what I really think is true.
Right.
That's...
Right.
Yeah, okay. And look... Biden just presents as old. It's not really fair.
No.
Because he's almost the same age. Trump is almost the same age as him.
I know.
But Trump doesn't present that way. You look at somebody right away, you can kind of just sum them up. I mean, we are not young, but we don't present as old.
Yeah.
Biden does. I saw him yesterday making that speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, he's cadaver-like.
But his brain is good. He's still great.
His brain's good, but it's not working with his body. It just doesn't make sense, Joy. And Bill Maher's correct. Biden presents as old, decrepit, and senile. And Trump's full of energy. Turning up to court, doing rallies, speaking in front of 100,000 people. The guy just keeps it moving. And speaking of keeping it moving, that's exactly what Bill thinks Biden should do.
Well, here's what I said. Like when I came back after the strike in September, I said he should get out because he's just lost the faith of people. It's not fair. He's actually done a pretty good job. Yeah. But I said he's going to be Ruth Bader Biden. That's the term I used. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She stayed too long at the fair. Yeah. I remember Obama had her over to the White House, like in 2013, to hint, hey, spend more time with the grandkids. That would not be a good idea, Ruth. And she didn't take the hint, and she was not in good health, and she stayed too long, and she ruined her legacy and got the Supreme Court now to be a pretty right-wing organization. Said Biden shouldn't do that. But, ego, he's Dracula. He has crossed oceans of time to be here, and he's not going to give it up now.
So Bill's called Biden out. Yeah, he should retire. He should move on. He's no longer capable, or probably never was, of being president. He never should have been president. And I think it's showing up in the polls.
Biden seems to be struggling with key demographic groups that he would need to win and win big if he stands a chance of being reelected.
John, there is significant softness in the support for Joe Biden among core Democrats. In this poll, he's carrying black voters by 61 points. Well, that sounds like a lot, but he carried them by 84 points back in 2020. Latino voters, a very slight Biden edge in this poll, but it was a 21-point advantage in the exit polls back in 2020. And among younger voters under 30, we're actually seeing Trump with a slight edge. That was a big win for Biden last time around. It's particularly stark to see that difference among voters of color. Black voters under age 50, far less likely in this poll to say they're supporting Joe Biden than older black voters.
But the Biden campaign, they want to ignore the polls. They don't think that they're real. Now, Bill Maher continued his tour. Don't forget he's trying to sell a book. He ended up on Gutfeld Show.
Welcome to the show, Bill.
Thank you.
So far, so fun?
I have a few quibs.
Okay, go for it. Quib away, Mr. Quib.
Well, I mean, I agree that it's great that we're talking. I agree that we agree on some things. We're not exactly aligned on the most important things, which is basically Trump is someone who does not concede elections. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You don't seem to see it that way. That's the most important thing that's going on in this country. He didn't concede the last election. He's not going to concede this election.
You don't know that. You don't see into the future, Bill. I don't see your crystal ball.
Yeah, I did, because I was the only one who was talking about that way back when, and everybody said, "Oh, you smoke too much pot." Turned out I smoked just the right amount of pot.
There's no right amount.
But can you really picture this guy going, "You know what? I lost. That's it."
He did. He left. He left
because he had to leave because he couldn't.
Yes, but that's how it works.
Well,
what do you think he's going to board up the White House? Pull a straw dogs with Dustin Hoffman?
Well, last time he thought the other Republicans would back him up when he called that guy in Georgia and said, "I need 11,000 votes. I want you to find."
He said find. He didn't say create. He said find.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't say on an Easter egg hunt, I want you to create some Easter eggs.
We have a show here.
Exactly. Find means that there is something there. Find them. I need 11,000 votes. Nothing wrong with that. Now, Trump's an alpha. He's a winner. He'll stay in the fight. It's not in his nature to concede. But that's okay. He's still left. He's not there. That's the way the system works. They keep beating up this story like Trump's a dictator, he's never gonna leave. Hey, listen, he served 4 years and he left. He may not have liked that he had to leave, but he left. That's the point. He left. But Bill Maher, he seems to hold on to this. This is why people think he's Trump deranged. Because I think he's extremely reasonable on most of his viewpoints, except for this TDS just keeps getting in the way. And Megyn Kelly calls him out on it.
Hillary Clinton, of course, is the original election denier. I'm sure you voted for her in 2016.
Well, she's not an election denier.
She absolutely was the OG election denier.
First of all, she came out before the sun had risen to concede the election to Trump.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He was an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact words repeatedly.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
Okay. I mean, she conceded the election. Whether you're interpreting her disappointment at losing it as the same thing as Trump not conceding it, I don't know if that's where you're getting it from. But again, it's a tremendous false equivalency. You could ask Hillary Clinton right now, who won that election? She will tell you. Donald Trump won the election.
Now she knows she has to because of what Trump has done.
She came out that night
in
her
the
dark
election.
Purple suit and conceded the election.
Correct. And then spent the next 4 years trying to convince us it was not legitimate.
If the election been on October 27th, I'd be your president.
Exactly. And you're making out as though this is the worst thing that could happen when so many other issues are happening. Issues that are actually impacting people's lives. The fact that Donald Trump was upset that he had to move on, that's not really impacting anybody's life. Anybody. So Gutfeld turns to Dr. Drew and says, "Hey, Doc, what's up with this dude?"
So, Dr. Drew.
Yes, sir.
You're really good at diagnosing mental illness.
Okay.
What is Bill's problem?
Wow. I feel like Tom Brady.
Let me. It does feel personal about Trump with Bill.
It's not.
It feels that way.
No, I don't think so. No. It's just a difference of opinions.
He did sue me.
Nah, it's personal as hell. And this is why Gutfeld's #1 late night show. That was hilarious. Even Bill Maher had to laugh at that one. And then back to The View, Joy Behar, she can't help herself but race baiting and basically calling MAGA supporters, Donald Trump supporters, Nazis.
By the way, out there, that hat that you keep wearing, that red hat that says "Make America Great Again," that tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because we see it anyway.
Even Whoopi was like, Joy, now you've gone a little bit too far. And this is one of the things I do appreciate by Bill Maher, is the fact that he does call both sides out.
Look, I'm not going to defend Donald Trump ever, but I would never say that we should put the swastika on the cap, because I think you can hate Donald Trump. You can't hate everybody who likes him. It's half the country. I don't want to live in that country. I don't want to live in the country where I hate half the country, and I don't hate half the country.
How dare you disagree with me?
And I think a conservative once said to me, what you guys in the liberal side of it don't get about Donald Trump is we don't like him either.
Yeah.
It's just that in this country, it's binary. I mean, gender may not be binary, but politics is. You only get two choices. And the stuff that they are afraid of, they see Donald Trump as a bulwark against. you know? And that stuff is a lot closer to the home. It's like my kid is coming home from school and they're not allowed to tell me if they're transitioning. The school is going to take the side of the kid over the parent.
That's crazy.
Stuff like that. There is a lot of crazy stuff on the left. This book, there's stuff that each side is going to like and probably stuff they're not going to like so much in there, because that's the answer to the Donald Trump situation is what's going to get him elected is this woke stuff that a lot of people in this country just don't go for.
Exactly. The things that Donald Trump supporters are supporting are the fact that he's a common sense option. Because Biden's subservient to the left and he panders to the left, he has all these stupid woke policies and agendas. Now, when it comes to the cultural things, the cultural issues, Bill Maher seems to be pretty much right on the money. In particular, talking about these woke ideologies. Now, the other thing that Trump has over Biden is that he is relatable. He's hilariously funny and he knows how to work a crowd.
He's always been the stand-up politician, right? But now he's sort of heading towards Carrot Top. Some of that stuff he's doing at the podium with the Tic Tacs and everything. He's really becoming a comedian at the podium.
Well, he's you know what? He realizes that he's winning. I think that's bothering you, Bill.
Well, it is bothering me because, again, he's an insurrectionist who doesn't believe in democracy. So, of course, it's bothering me. And, of course, he's also insane and a criminal and stupid.
Except for that, Bill.
But I got to say...
That I'll vote for.
See, this is what I love about TDS, is it's so obvious. You've got to laugh at it because it is funny. These people, they can list off and rattle off all the issues with the Biden government. They won't identify that those are issues of the Biden government, but that there are issues. But they can't come out and say, to Trump's credit, his common sense policies is what America needs today. But the general public, if you're looking at the polls, they can definitely see it. And Bill Maher's going to double down and call Joe Biden an old fart, a has-been. Keep it moving, Joe. Get your butt out of here.
What works for him, like when that clip you just showed, I mean, look, he's almost the same age as Biden. But Biden presents as old, ancient.
Yeah.
That does not look old.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't.
He does not present as old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like Kiss. He puts on the wig and the face paint, and it's 1976 all over again.
Oh, those were the days.
Yep, the old guy's past it. Trump's like Benjamin Button. He seems to get younger with every rally he attends. And Trump seems to be Biden's kryptonite. Now the pretend conservative Republican finally starting to make some common sense.
I kind of have the belief that this trial in some ways may be benefiting Trump in the sense that he's in a courtroom, he's not out saying crazy stuff day in and day out, immigrants poison the blood of the country and so on. And then on top of it, if in fact there ends up being a hung jury or an acquittal, I think that feeds into the narrative he's built of it's a witch hunt, it's progressive judges coming after him. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I never thought they should have brought this trial, or if they did, it should be a federal case. I mean, I tore Merrick Garland a new one a few weeks ago on my show because I think they've had 4 years to do this. Where was it? Why are we coming to the end and they're able to run out the clock? This is ridiculous. The Democrats do this every time. It's so interesting. Whenever the Republicans appoint a prosecutor, it's a Republican. And whenever the Democrats do it, it's also a Republican.
Self-destructive.
I don't understand this. And Merrick Garland, he just let it happen. This trial should have been a federal case about violating election laws instead of a falsifying business records in a state case, which is very convoluted. And also to the average person, it's a case about sex.
Yeah.
You know, he was having sex with a porn star.
They don't care.
Oh, I think it makes it more juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's...
But it was in 2006. People made their peace with it in 2016, as voters did.
Exactly. And what do they have on this judge? There's something very strange and fishy going on here. Even when people on the left are saying this is not a good look. Plus, you got all this information coming out about the FBI raids on Mar-a-Lago, staging documents. It all points towards Biden's corruption and the deep state, the DOJ, and election interference.
We are polarized. I don't think we can deny that. The point is that we can also be friends. That's it.
Right.
We can't. Let's not pretend that these disagreements are not profound. Let's just say, okay, they are profound, but you know what? There's 90 other things we could talk about
which we wouldn't disagree on. And I can't hate you. I've said it a million times. You can hate Trump. You can't hate all the people who like him. It's half the country.
Yeah.
And I am certainly not blind to Donald Trump's faults. I get it, why people choose to vote for him.
Nice way to finish there. Exactly, Bill. Half the country at least half the country, love Trump. Okay, maybe not love Trump, but they understand that Biden was so bad that Trump is the best or better option. Now, one thing I'm going to give Bill Maher full credit for is that on his show, he does have people that are more to the right of him. And it sort of surprises me because he often gets roasted, burnt, and slapped around like he's talking a whole lot of nonsense. But full credit to him. He's going on more left shows like The View and coming on Fox as well. But he's also a reflection of these people that have TDS real bad. Like he's basically agreeing with all of Trump's policies because they're common sense policies. He criticizes all of Biden's policies, but he won't attach those criticisms directly to Biden and the Democrat Party. This is just typical TDS. Like I said before, this not conceding nonsense doesn't actually affect your day-to-day lives. That happened way back in 2021 or whenever it was. Who cares? It's done and dusted. Last 4 years, Hillary Clinton's been going on about, well, actually 8 years, going on with her election denial. The fact of the matter is the system worked. Trump wasn't happy, but he left office. And he left without firing a shot. So that's it for this video, folks. Once again, leave your comments in the comment section. I'll jump in there and respond as I normally do. Now, if you want to help a brother out, help us get to that 1,000 sub club, don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will catch you in the next video.